Hi everyone, I'm Rian Matthias, a summer peer advisor at Accessibility Services, St. George campus. I use she, her pronouns, and I am excited to have you join us today. Before I pass it to Morgan to introduce yourself, I'd like to warmly welcome all of you to the University of Toronto. I wish you all the best on your university journey.
Hi everyone, my name is Morgan. I use she and her pronouns, and I am the peer program coordinator on the Accessible, Inclusive, and Experiential Learning team at Accessibility Services, St. George campus. First and foremost, I want to say congrats on being accepted into U of T. Today we're going to chat about why accessibility services might be a service for you. First question. What is accessibility services? Who do we work with? And what's covered under the term disability?
Accessibility Services is the place on campus for students with disabilities to receive academic accommodations, which are basically academic supports put in place to support students navigating disability. We work with a wide range of students. In fact, this past academic year, we had 6,041 students registered with us. These students were seeking support for challenges related to mental health, a chronic health issue, a learning disability, ADHD, ASD, physical or sensory conditions, concussion, or temporary injury. Over 50% of the students who register with accessibility services identify as having a mental health disability. So, to provide an example, this may look like generalized anxiety disorder or depression. If you're coming from high school with an IEP or are now facing additional challenges that are impacting you as a result of a disability, then you may want to register with our office. That said, we know that the term disability doesn't always connect with the students that might benefit from our services. If you think you may have a disability or unsure if your challenges are something our office can support you with, we suggest you connect with us anyway. We have an intake coordinator who you can meet with briefly to just talk about what you're going through and to see if you should register with our office or be connected to other services and supports on campus. So our next question is, how do I register with accessibility services and when should I do this?
You can register with accessibility services as soon as you have accepted your offer of admission to U of T using your UTour ID or Join ID. Now, this part can feel like a lot. There are a lot of forms to fill out and a few people along the way who you might have to connect with to help you complete these forms. But I'll break it down into a few easy steps. So step one, go to our website and find the page that has information about registration. We'll link this in the comments. Get a healthcare provider to complete the certificate of disability found as a PDF on that page. Note that if you are home for the summer right now, it's a great time to connect with your healthcare practitioner in the city, province, state, or country that you are currently living in so that they can fill out these forms. This gives us the best information from the people who know you best. This will probably take you the longest, so be sure to get in touch with your healthcare provider as soon as possible. Step number two, fill out the student intake form. Only fill out sections relevant to you, and you can skip questions that aren't relevant. Step number three, once the student intake form and certificate of disability are completed, submit it all online and somebody from our office will be in touch with you to schedule an appointment to meet with one of our accessibility advisors. To receive academic accommodations for the start of fall classes, you must submit your registration package by Friday, July 12th, 2024. So that's coming up soon. Next question, question number three. How do accommodations work if I am taking some online or hybrid classes? Will I even need them?
If you know you have a disability, I'd recommend registering with accessibility services regardless of how your class is done, virtual, asynchronous, synchronous, or in person. University is a lot different than other experiences you may have had, especially if you're coming from high school or coming back to school after some time away. You will likely face new challenges that you may not have experienced in the past. It it'd be good in those moments to have a place to go on campus and seek support. Even if you are still determining your courses or aren't sure of the format, registering with us early is a way to help your future self. Having one less thing to figure out once class actually start will surely help you. You can register with us at any point in your academic career, but we always say the earlier you do this, the better. We also have student handbooks, which give you a good overview of both what we cover today and other pieces that may come up as you consider your registration with us and enter UofT. And a link to the handbook will be placed in the comments. Our fourth question is, wait, who finds out I'm registered? How does my professor know I need accommodations?
Letting your professors know you're registered with accessibility services is your responsibility. They won't know otherwise, and it won't be on your Acorn account or your academic transcript. What works for some students is to connect with each of their professors early on in the semester over email, usually in the first week or so, and let them know that they are registered with accessibility services and attach their letter of accommodation. We have sample emails in our student handbook, or you can connect with a peer to help you draft these emails. Of course, your accessibility advisor is also able to share the letter and communicate with your professors on your behalf, especially early on in your academic career here. In terms of who else knows you're registered, generally only the people who absolutely need to know that you're and that you've authorized us to notify will know that you're registered with accessibility services. Your confidentiality is really important to us. This is a conversation that your accessibility advisor will have with you in detail during your first intake appointment. Question number 5, I'm feeling overwhelmed with making the transition into university. What supports or services are available to me?
This summer, we have a few different opportunities for students to prepare for the transition to UofT. We have our moving forward get started workshops and moving forward orientation. Links to that will be provided in the comment section. Um, these will be running throughout the months of July and August. Each of these moving forward sessions are an opportunity for you to learn more about accessibility services, practice university level academic strategies, and connect with peers. If you have questions about keeping track of your own time, how to take notes in your different classes, ways to stay organized, etc., we have a team of learning strategists within accessibility services who are available for one-to-one appointments. We also offer small group sessions that will help give you a good baseline of knowledge and strategies that you can use. Links to these sessions will be provided in the comments. The one thing to note is that the delivery method for each class might look different, so keep that in mind. Some classes will happen online, but some will be synchronous, meaning happening live, and there's a set time you need to go to log on. And others will be asynchronous, meaning the lectures are posted and you need to find your own time to go through them. This might impact your decision for courses to enroll in, and sometimes you may want to speak to your college registrar, academic advisor, or program coordinator about. And once classes start, there are so many different opportunities to connect with peers and even online. We run weekly accountability check-ins, learning workshops, peer dialogues, and much more. Over the summer, you can also connect with mentors, and we'll cover things in more detail at our moving forward events as well. Well, that's it. That's it for what we wanted to talk about with you today. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you found this useful. We're so excited to have you join our community shortly, and we hope to see you at our moving forward events throughout July and August.
Now, just a quick note that we had a question, and I just want to say that if you have any specific questions about accommodations, then you can reach out to our front desk and they can let you know. And thank you for joining us today.